Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here. Here's all my contact information. I did want to let you know that starting in the month of April, I am, not just me, but all Stampin' Up! Demonstrators are no longer using host codes. There is a new reward system, and it's great because for, after you spend $20, it is a straight 10%. You get a rewards. It's kind of like Kohl's Cash, and you get to use it on your next order, which is fabulous. So I hope that if you order from me, you'll get a little email after your order, and it'll give you a wonderful reward to use next time. You have to order $20, and then everything over that, you get wonderful new rewards. The rewards will be starting after April 15th in that week as they move things over. So I'm beyond excited. And I think you will too, because I think it's great for customers. Now, I have a team of demonstrators. I am very fortunate. My team, I will tell you, is probably the best team in the world, but maybe not everybody would agree with me. But I have wonderful team members, and we love to get together and create and encourage each other. And I was able to do that at lunch today with my team members, and it was just such a great blessing to me. So Sally originally did a card, and she had it going horizontal, and then Linda looked at that, did it a little bit different. Hers was vertical. I'm doing vertical because of the stamp set I wanted to use. I'm encouraging both of them to put their wonderful inspiration cards that I use as inspiration in the comments to this video so you can see theirs. This is such a great technique that Sally brought to us. So if you've ever thought about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please join my team because we have such wonderful people that love to share and encourage each other. So that's my plug. But this is a card that Sally, and I don't know if she cased it from somebody or not, but she shared with us, and we love it. So let me share with you this great card. I'm using Spotlight on Nature, which is not being retired. I'm glad because I love this set. And I could have even added a little bit of stuff. I didn't. Maybe on this one, I'll add a little stuff. This is my first one, and you can see I kind of didn't do the greatest job blending. I always figure the first one I do, I figure it out. And then after that, I work on it. So I'm using this stamp set. I wanted to use some pastels, Lemon Lolly, Bubble Bath, and Soft Seafoam. Yes, that is Soft Seafoam. So here's how you make this great card. I already cut out a 3 3/4 by 5 piece of computer paper. That's all it is computer paper. And I ripped it. And then I'm going to do this with my bakery class. So I wanted to make sure and have it organized how I would teach it. So I would have them put their white piece, and I'll have a couple of these right there. You could, if you wanted, put just a teeny tiny little bit, because that's not going to show, of adhesive to hold it. Then I am going to, the first time I had it right up here, and it was too small. So I'm going to choose to put mine out a little bit. And I'm going to use some old washi tape to hold it in place. You know, it's torn, so it can be wherever you want it to be. And the wider, the better, I think. The first time I went too small. And in fact, I might move this one out just a smidge. That's the beautiful thing of washi tape. You can do whatever you want. Maybe I ended up with the same amount. I don't know. A little bit there, yeah. Oh, maybe move it over. Don't you love how I do that right on camera? Let me move it over just a smidge. That's an official term. And there we go. Okay. So I have my torn copy paper on my 3 3/4 by white. Now, the Bubble Bath and the Lemon Lolly are kind of light. But I found that the seafoam was coming dark. So if you have something dark, I would make sure and start off your paper so you don't get a big clump of stuff like I did. And you want that little edge, you want that torn edge to be on there because it looks neat. So, and you know, you want it relatively dark, especially by the edge. I'll come back. And then in the middle, maybe a little bit lighter. That's what I'm saying. You know, we'll see. You can change your mind. I kind of put the green down for the stems. And last time I made it just a little bit too dark. So this is the pink, the bubble bath. And you can see this is a light color. So I'm really adding some bubble bath in there. There's no rhyme or reason how I'm doing it. I'm just doing it however I choose. So really add a lot, more than you think. Then, oh, thank you, Mary Lou. This is a Sally case. And I'm hoping Sally and Linda will put their cards in the comments because theirs are equally beautiful. And it's 3 different ways to do it. It's so easy. And I just love the idea of copy paper. So you're not wasting any cardstock. Copy paper is a lot cheaper. And it actually lets you do, I think, a better job of blending. And then I'm going to put some down in here. I'm going to try to blend some of the yellow down here and see. Just give it a little bit different color. Doing some yellow in here. There, like I say, just blend, blend, blend. However you want it. You can blend yellow all over. You can add more pink. I'm even going to add some pink down here, just to make it look interesting. I didn't really want a lot of green up there, so I kind of didn't put green there. But I definitely wanted a lot of different shades. So I'm okay with that. You know, I got a little globby, but once you put your stamp on there, it really doesn't show. Mary Lou, do you recognize that as one of Sally's cards? She did it with a bird. It is so pretty. So we all had to case that because we all were like, wow, I love that. Okay, I'm going to gently. And look at that. It leaves the edge. Now, if I'm not happy with that because I have it pretty detailed in here, I can put that right back in. I think I need a little bit more yellow on the top there. I could be wrong, and I might regret it, but we'll see. I'm really going to add a whole bunch of yellow right there just to make that pop a little bit. Yeah, that's better because you can see the line a little bit better. I'm going to take this out. I'm moving this all over. Just turn that right over. And I'm going to use my Memento Black. I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. And I'm going to put it right about there. Isn't that? It's just so pretty. And every time you do it, it's just a little bit different, but it's just equally as pretty. I just think it's such a lovely technique. Not a lot of work. Every time I make it, it comes out a little bit different. I'm just making it simple with thanks down there. The other thing I wanted to show you before I finish the card is I just stamped this on the inside. And I decided, I don't know if I showed you the inside, I just did a little bit of the color behind it. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I can't seem to be able to blend and talk at the same time, I guess. You know, it's like chewing gum and doing something. So now I'll try some of the green, knowing the green comes out a little darker. I tend to go in a circular motion. You don't have to. I think there's lots of different ways to do it. I tend to do circular. If you come to my library class, if you don't want thanks on the front, I'll also have Happy Easter in case that's something you would want. I'll have different sayings. I just want that pink to be a little bit brighter up there. And there we go. Isn't that, it's just such a fun thing. Could you put something also on the envelope? Absolutely. You can decorate it however you choose. So this is, as far as prep, it's pretty easy. I have a 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I went ahead and have a black. And I'm going to go adhere this to the black. And then I'll adhere it to the card base. Oops, I'll do that in a minute. And the last thing I'll do is adhere this. I made the front white and the inside white both 3 3/4 by 5 so that it's not confusing which one you should use for what. And it just gives you a nice yellow border. The last thing I'm going to do is use a little bit of Wink of Stella. And you squeeze gently. Don't squeeze really hard because then you'll get a whole bunch. And this just is a little bit of shimmer, just to put a little shimmer on the bottoms of the flowers. And I put it a little bit on the wings of the butterflies. You can do it however you choose. And if you get it a little off, you can just take your finger and brush it. I don't know if you can see that shimmer on there. Just a little bit. Such an easy card. I think I did better the second time. See, it's always, you know, start lighter. You can always change. And I like that I added some more color in. This one was my first attempt. Yeah, it's okay. But I like this one better. So I hope you try this wonderful technique. And I hope that I can encourage Sally and Linda, who both inspired me, to put their cards in the comments so you can see what a versatile technique this is. Have a great day.